Okay, thank you very much for joining us. We are live, and straight away we can see what's going on here. China steps up yuan support as currency nears weakest since 2008. That's the news from Bloomberg, as you can see there. China made it more expensive to bet against the yuan with derivatives, ramping up support for the currency as it slides towards the weakest level since the dollar, against the dollar since 2008 global financial crisis. The People's Bank of China said today it will impose a risk reserve requirement of 20% on currency forward sales by banks. So currency forwards are contracts between two parties where it's agreed that either party will buy a particular asset at a particular price on a particular day and all that stuff. So since August of this year, the central bank has sought to limit the yuan's losses through its daily reference rate, as well as demanding that lenders set aside more foreign exchange as reserves. The decline of the yuan is accelerating as divergence grows between a dovish PBOC and an aggressively hiking Federal Reserve. China's pushback mirrors that of Japan, and with both seeking to limit the damage from their weakening currencies, with the risks that further declines may lead to ever more capital outflows and drag down the region. By imposing the risk reserve requirement, the PBOC aims to slow the pace of depreciation, but it will unlikely turn the tide. According to Piquan Liu, an economist at NatWest Markets, the currency weakness is in line with most major currencies and the broad dollar strength. The onshore yuan fell 0.4% to 7.1588 per dollar at 5:30 p.m. local time, taking its year-to-date loss to 11%. If it depreciates, past 7.1854 per dollar, it will be the weakest since early 2008. The additional risk reserve requirements would make it expensive for traders to buy currency exchange through forwards options, a move that may curb bearish yuan bets. The central bank had lifted the risk reserves for foreign exchange forward trading from 0 to 20% in 2015 before lowering it 2 years later and raising it again in 2018. The PBOC scrapped it in 2020 after the yuan rebounded. The PBOC today also set its fixing at weaker than 7 per dollar for the first time since 2020. With NatWest Liu sees a signal that it doesn't intend to defend any specific level. The currency is allowed to move 20% around the daily reference rate, and it's gone within a whisker of the weak end of the trading band. Liu Guoqiang, Deputy Governor of the PBOC, said earlier on this month that the central bank wouldn't allow a reasonable equilibrium and basically stable exchange rate to be exchanged, while warning traders against betting on specific yuan levels. that's what we're getting here, and the pound as well. Okay, there's more economic news here. The 2-year yield jumped at 9.2 basis points to 4.31%. 10-year rate surges 8.4 basis points to 3.78 early this morning, extending last week's gains. Yes, on Friday we understood or Friday or Thursday, Bank of Japan also intervened in their currency as well. Yen jumps as Japan intervenes in currency market for the first time in 1998. Japan intervened to support the yen for the first time since 1998, seeking to stem a 20% decline against the dollar this year amid a widening policy divergence with the US. Yes, we also get in the news that the pound has plunged to all-time low, I believe. Lows of, is it all-time low? We'll find out very soon now. Okay, and this is a politician tweeting, "The Tories are recklessly gambling, not with their own money but all of ours. Nobody has yet floated the conspiracy theory that there's a plan to get the euro, dollar, and pound to parity and then replace them with a world economic foreign currency backed by bog meal. You guys are slacking off." Okay, the pound is Blue Bay Asset Management's biggest currency short position on the expectation that the authorities do little to halt its slide. Sorry about that. Pound plunges. Okay, sterling hits record low, risk of BOE response. Euro hits 20-year low, yen sliding despite intervention worries. Asia markets fall and S&P 500 futures drop 0.6%. Okay, yes, the futures is at 3666. Sterling slumped to a record low today, and a renewed sell-off in British gilts pushed Eurozone yields higher as a fallout from last week's fiscal statement in Britain roiled the markets for a second session. Share markets around the world also slid on concerns about high interest rates continue to put pressure on the financial system, though in a rare recent example of a news event having a smaller market impact than feared. Reaction to Italy's election was muted. The pound plunged nearly 5% at one point in Asia trade to break below 1985 lows and hit 1.0 327. Moves were exacerbated by thinner liquidity in the Asia region, and the currency had last clambered back up to 1.072. British Finance Minister Kwasi Kwarteng on Friday announced he was scrapping the country's top rate of income tax and cancelled a planned rise in corporate taxes, on top of a hugely expensive plan to subsidize energy bills. The euro, which fell to its 20-year low on the dollar on Monday, that's today, was nonetheless up 1% on the pound at 90.21 pence, having been as high as 92.29 pence earlier in the day, its highest since December of 2020. The market is now treating the UK as if it's an emerging market, according to Rabobank strategist Michael Every in Singapore. If this carries across into Europe trading, you're going to get a public statement from the BOE threatening action, and a strong possibility that they have to make an intermittent hike, and a chunky one at that. The carnage was not confined to currencies. 5-year gilt yields jumped more than 40 basis points to their highest since October 2008, sending Eurozone government bond yields higher. Okay, yeah. That's what's going on. Okay, let's continue to get more of the tweets. The hashtag dollar index extends more gains, pushing sterling even lower. Keep an eye on the GBP USD pair today, and 1% of retail CFD accounts lose money. Okay, Natasha Clark, number 10 on the sliding pound. We don't comment on market or currency movements. It is right, as we did during the pandemic, to use the tools available to government to support households, businesses and jobs through the current challenges. Okay, the pound just plunged to an all-time low against the dollar. Here's why the promise of tax cuts tanked the British currency. Pound falls against every currency in the world. I give the UK state a year maximum. Okay. BBC Politics. It was a surprising gamble for Kwasi Kwarteng to take, and we put at risk, and we've put at risk slightly our reputation for being competent and safe with money. Former Conservative Chancellor Lord Clark says he's not surprised the pound has fallen. With the pound falling, only one true currency remains. What a headline to start the week on. Pound falls against every currency in the world after hitting all-time dollar low. Okay, let's look at the stocks on the move. We have OTRKP gained 22.29%. Okay, no, we haven't found any news yet. Okay, only 538 shares have crossed the tape. See how liquid, how liquidity, how the volume, how low it is. Only very small amount of shares has got the price up to 22.09%. Okay, let's get RDHL. Red Hill Biopharma up to 2.66% as well. No news. 4.98 million shares across the tape. That's what's behind it. Okay, it's optionable as well. SMFL. Smart for Life Inc. up 4.24%. Not optionable. Okay, let's see. SCPS. Scopus by Pharma up 8.38%. Okay, no news so far. 4,437 shares have crossed the tape. SLCR. Silvercrest acquisition up 6.47%. No news as well. Okay, tiny 242 shares have crossed the tape. CRBP. Cobus Pharmaceuticals up 18.14%. Huge spike here at the open of this pre-market session. No news. 2.75 million shares across the tape. AVCT, American Virtual Cloud, up 12.45. Let's get 12.45%. No news. Okay, 555 million shares across the tape. ASXC. Ascensus Surgical Inc. up 8.86%. No news. 49,100 shares across the tape. Pioneer Power Solution up 8.38%. Is there any news? No news. Okay, 2,191 shares across the tape. so it isn't changed, or rather has lost 0.56%. Apple has also lost the same amount, roughly 0.49%. Ford also lost 1.06%. If you just joined us, thank you very much. Subscribe, like, super chat, and share. SPRO. Okay, Spiro Therapeutics down 0.51%. OTRKP. On Track Inc. Okay, has lost about 6% now. Has any news filtered through for OTRKP? No news. Okay, let's look at RDHL. Okay, still maintaining the gains of about 20%. $5.066 million shares across the tape, improving. SMFL up 2.94%. SCPS, Scopus Biopharma up 8.38%. SLCR, Silvercrest Acquisition up 5.49, up 5.49%. CRBP, Cobus Pharmaceuticals up 11.76. We haven't found any news. AVCT, AVCT is up 11.65. Let's see whether any news has filtered through. None at all. 6.717 million shares across the tape. ASXC up 4.42%, 58,581 shares across the tape so far. Just join us, thank you very much. Subscribe, like, and share. PPSI, Pioneer Power Solution, up 7.43%. Let's see whether we can get any news. you just joined us, thank you very much. Subscribe, like and share. So for this week, that's going to end on the 30th of September. It's expected that maybe the market might break the lows of June, which was 36.36, and may actually drop as low as 33.50. But in this session, amongst other things as well, the open interest on a lot of the contracts for the broader market, ETFs and futures are growing. So the bearish sentiment is very high now. So things can change. As such, there's a possibility that the S&P 500 can rebound to 3817. 3792 is also possible. 3763 is also possible as well. Let's see where it is right now. S&P is at 3670 right now. Okay, let's look at the SPY. Okay, SPDR S&P 500 ETF. Let's have a look at the options and see what's going on there. Look at the open interests. These are going to expire today. You can see the open interest 1,343. These are out of the money, and you can even see these are in the money. There's hardly any open interest there. So if you are in doubt, this is a validation of the bullish nature of market participants at the moment. See, these options are they look attractive. You can see that one can get involved with them. Only $19, and they are quite liquid. Spread between the ask and the bid is only 1 cent. But what are the chances that the S&P 500 is going to drop to around 350 today, the 26th of September? Not very high. But the projection is that this week, that will end on the 30th, there's a good chance the S&P can actually drop all the way down to 3350. Okay, let's have a look at the chart and see. So this is the SPX. Okay, this is the daily chart. Let's have a look at the weekly chart and see. I want to see where the 200 weekly chart is. 200 weekly moving average is. Okay, it's still okay. Let's take it all the way back to about 10 years and see. So this is the 10-year chart for the SPY. So the 200 weekly moving average is around, on this it is at 357. That's where it is. It's around 357. So yes. So market participants experts are indicating that if it falls below this moving average, the 200 week moving average, then it might present a downward projection. It might portend one. Let's see that the last time it fell below that was, let's see, in 2020. So we haven't even seen the worst of the worst yet. 2020 we had SPY at 226.43. So you can see the 200 week moving average. on the SPY is still sloping upwards. So it is a magic number, it is a support, but if it falls below that, then expect something worse than that. But yet at the same time, you can see last time it fell below that was in 2020, as I indicated earlier on, 16th of March, it was below that. Okay, let's see, 9th of March, it was still above 9th of March, and okay, 16th of March it was below, and after that it was a sharp, it went on in a bullish tier, spiked all the way up to 474 on the weekly. But right now, will it be a support? That's what they're saying. It might be a support, the 200 week moving average on the SPY. Okay, let's see whether we can get the XPS as well and see what that chart is saying there. XPX. S&P 500. There's no chart. I think we can get a chart on here, SPX. Okay, this is the daily chart. Let's get the weekly chart all the way back to, this is a weekly chart. This is all okay, it's just the same thing, going all the way back to about a couple of years. Let's see, the 200 week moving average is pretty much the same, 3579 here, 3579, and okay, 3558, around that, 3579 is what we have it here. This chart is going all the way back to 2003. So you can see that 200 week moving average still sloping upwards. It may offer some support. Right now everybody is bearish, but there are a couple of supports, and everybody can't continue to be bearish. The reverse may suddenly become the case. If you just joined us, thank you very much. Subscribe, like, and share. Drop a comment. Let us know what you think. Okay, let's get the what's going on. You all know very well that the pound has plunged. Okay, here's why the UK market struggled to save the pound in financial markets. Investors warn Kwarteng that fiscal plan threatens market confidence in the UK, risk of further falls in sterling as fund managers asked to soak up billions more in public debt. Okay, let's ensure our audio is still there. Yes, mic is still there. Okay, investors have warned UK Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng that the bonanza of tax cuts and spending measures he announced on Friday risk undermining their confidence in the country. On Friday, the Chancellor heralded a new era for the UK economy in which he plans to boost growth by delivering the biggest tax reductions since 1972, at the same time as shielding households from sky-high energy prices. But after a sharp market sell-off in response, a series of investors criticized the plans. There's a real risk that international investors lose confidence in the UK government, and that leads to a run on the sterling, according to Mark Dowling, Chief Investment Officer at Blue Bay Asset Management. The market's asking, how are you going to pay for this? There's almost a sense in which that question hasn't been given a jolt of consideration. Craig Inches, head of rates at cash at Royal London Asset Management, said that if Chancellor's plan did not boost the economy, the UK could potentially be on the hook for a credit rating downgrade. Quentin Fitzsimmons, a portfolio manager at T. Rowe Price, added the UK government strategy was to go for broke, leaving gilts and sterling as casualties. The true cost of this massive borrow to spend binge is likely to be high, possibly very high, he warned. As the old saying goes, if it takes forever to gain credibility, which can also be lost in an instant, sterling and the gilt market have very long memories. The Chancellor's announcement triggered turmoil in the financial markets. Long-term gilts suffered their worst day since the 1990s as investors anticipated the government would have to pay substantially high borrowing costs to raise an extra $62 billion from bond investors by April, while the pound's recent slump deepened. 2-year gilts were hardest hit in Friday's sell-off, with yields surging by 0.63 percentage points to 3.8%. The debt management office said the additional borrowing, which takes gilts sales for the 2022-2023 fiscal year to 193.9 billion, will be concentrated in short-term bonds. but the longer dated yields also left higher, with 10-year borrowing costs reaching their highest since 2011 at 3.8%. Adding to the pressure on yields was the Bank of England's announcement on Thursday that it will next month begin the process of shrinking its balance sheet by offloading bonds it bought under previous stimulus programs, starting with $8.7 billion of gilt sales in the final quarter of this year, 2022, with Bank of England turning from a buyer to a seller of gilts and looking increasingly unlikely to be a buyer again in the future. This will be a test of whether private investors can absorb a vast amount of issuance, according to Daniela Russell, head of UK rates strategy at HSBC. UK central banks are already battling to tame inflation with a series of interest rates increases, and after Kwarteng's announcement, markets bet that the BOE would have to lift borrowing costs even faster to offset the inflationary effect of his stimulus. Inches said the Bank of England was in a vicious feedback loop. The bank almost needs to be cruel to be kind. At the moment, they have a big credibility issue, he said. The prospect of higher borrowing The prospect of higher borrowing costs failed to lure investors into the sterling market, with the pound sinking below 1.09 for the first time since 1985 on Friday, the 23rd of September. Sterling also tumbled 1.9% against the euro. Analysts say the extra borrowing will pipe further pressure on the UK's current account deficit, which widened to a record 8.3% of GDP in the first quarter of 2022, leaving London reliant on international investors to finance its increased debt issuance. Put simply, it is American and European pensioners that will need to purchase the extra issuance of gilts, according to George Sarabelos, global head of FX research at Deutsche Bank. But in an environment of such high global uncertainty, we worry that the price foreigners will ask in return for financing the new stimulus will be very high. In other words, the equilibrium value of gilts expressed in dollar and euro terms will have to come down sharply. Okay, S&P futures versus fair value is down 20.8. Nasdaq futures versus fair value is a negative 65.5. S&P futures are down 22 points and they are trading at 0.6% below fair value. The Nasdaq 100 futures are down 67 points, trading at 0.6% below fair value. The Dow Jones Industrial Average futures are down 173 points and are trading 0.5% below fair value. Equity futures are pointing lower again as a negative mood persists in the market. Rising treasury yields are keeping pressure on investor sentiment. The 2-year note yield is up 10 basis points to 4.3%, and the 10-year note yield is up 10 basis points to 3.79%. The breakdown in the British pound also weighs on investor sentiment this morning, having reached an all-time low earlier of 1.0382 to the dollar. I think there are growing calls for the Bank of England to announce an emergency rate hike, while the British Prime Minister Truss could announce additional tax cuts. The move in the British pound contributed to the strength in the US dollar, up 0.4% to 113.67. In other overseas news, Germany's September IFO business climate reading came in weaker than expected at 84.3. What was expected was 87 rather. Last was 8.6, and Italy's MIB was up 0.6%. Outperforms after yesterday's general election produced a win for right-leaning parties, putting Giorgia Meloni on track to become Prime Minister of Italy. There is no US economic data today, the 26th of September. Energy complex futures are making downside moves this morning. WTI crude oil futures are down 0.7% to 78.21 dollars per barrel, and natural gas futures are down 3.1% to 6.62 dollars. So let's get more stocks in the move. Not very much here. Okay, this takes us back to the ones we have been watching. So let's look at OTRKP. OTRKP. Okay, now at 15.95%. RDHL, Red Hill by Pharma up 20.85%. Has any news? Okay. Okay, there's no news yet. It's just that it is on the move in this pre-market session. Okay, it's also optionable as well. 5.743 million shares have crossed the tape for RDHL. Let's look at SMFL. SMFL Smart for Life Inc. up 20.53%. Okay, 2,687 shares have crossed the tape. Is there any news? No news yet. SCPS, Scopus Biopharma Inc. up 12.55%. No news. Volume is at 5,239. SLCR, Silver Crest acquisition of 5.49%. Okay, no news as well. Volume is 1,841 so far. CRBP, Cobos Pharmaceuticals up 0.94%. Okay, there's some news has come out. Okay, they have appointed Aaron Altmaier, PhD, to the board of directors. So she is a dynamic leader with a proven track record of advancing our programs and creating corporate value through successful business development transactions. Okay, according to Alan Holmer, chairman of the board of directors of Cobus, her corporate development expertise and oncology experience will be invaluable to Cobus as they advance and expand their pipeline. They're excited to welcome Anne to the board. Dr. Altmaier is currently the president and CEO of Tiger TX Inc. She previously served as the chief business officer of Siglon Therapeutics and Adicet Bio. Dr. Altmaier also held roles of increasing responsibility in corporate development and program management over 15 years across large pharmaceutical organizations. Specifically, Dr. Altmaier served as Vice President in Global Business Development at Baxalta and Vice President in Oncology Business Development and Companion Diagnostics at Novartis. She began her career in program management roles at Merck and Company. She received a PhD from the University of Louis Pasteur, Strasbourg, France, and did her postdoctoral fellowship at New York University and Cornell University Medical College, New York. She also has an MBA from Rutgers University and Masters in Public Health from the Robert Wood Johnson Medical School in New Jersey. Dr. Altmaier said that she's honored to join the Cobus board, and she looks forward to working with the Cobus team and the board of directors advancing the mission of developing new immuno-oncology therapeutics for cancer patients. Okay, 4.068 million shares have crossed the tape. Is it optionable? Yes, it is optionable. Penny stock. Okay, next one is AVCT. AVCT. American Virtual Cloud. Okay, up 13.69%. Penny stock as well. Do we have any news? There's no news out there. Okay, 12.307 million shares have crossed the tape. Let's see. No fresh news concerning AVCT. Okay, we haven't found any news yet. Concerning AVCT. Okay, let's get the S&P futures. It's good. It's spiking again. 3675. Who knows what the news is? Anyway, we know because of the fact. I wouldn't say that's the reason, but a lot of people are bearish. Just too many people are bearish, so it can always lead to the reverse. Okay, let's continue and see what's going on with ASXC. Okay, Ascensus Surgical Inc. up 8.31% in the post-market session. Sorry, in this pre-market session. No news. $7,000 shares across the tape. PPSI, let's see. Sorry, 8.98% as well. No news as well. 62,758 shares. LPCN, Liposign Inc. is up 4.71%. Let's get the news. Liposign announces strategic realignment and forward focus on treating CNS disorders. Liposign announces strategic realignment and forward focus on treating CNS disorders. The company is to apply its proprietary Replal oral drug delivery technology to advance a pipeline of differentiated products for central nervous system disorders. Initial focus on oral delivery of neuroactive steroids. Important near-term clinical milestones for lead candidate LPCN 11544 postpartum depression. The company to explore strategic partnerships with other opportunities for non-core assets. Volume is at 10,892. Okay, let's see AUST. Okay, Austin Gold Corp up 18.05%. Let's get a volume on 1,717. It's not optionable. Okay, let's see. We have a big mover here, LVTX. Okay, LVTX up 114%. CRT. Let's see whether we can find any news. Just spiked, okay, spiked in the when this pre-market session opened. Let's see. Okay, Seagen and Lava Therapeutics announces an exclusive license agreement in which Seagen will work to develop, manufacture and commercialize LAV1223. LAV1223 is an advanced preclinical asset that utilizes LAVA's proprietary gamma body technology to target epidermal growth for factor receptor expressing solid tumors. Under the terms of the agreement, Seagen will receive an exclusive global license for Lava LAV1223 and pay Lava $50 million upfront, up to approximately $650 million in potential development, regulatory and commercial milestones, and royalties ranging from the single digits to the mid-teens on future sales. The agreement also provides Seagen with the opportunity to exclusively negotiate rights to apply Leva's proprietary gamma body platform on up to 2 additional tumor targets. So that's the news behind the LVTX spike. It's a penny stock. 2.352 million shares across the tape. You can see the transactions going through. These are actual transactions, and they are quite aggressive. The prices don't vary that much. Between 5.2 and 5.23. Let's see if LVTX is optionable. It's not optionable. Okay, let's have a look at RCRT. Recruiter.com Group Inc. is up 30. Recruiter.com is up 35.05%. No news. Let's get the volume. Volume is only 250. Okay, let's return to LVTX. Up 120%. Let's see whether we can determine a price target for LVTX. Let's look at the 5-minute chart. Take this price of 5.26. And 5.16. That will give us a difference of 0.1. Multiply by 2.618. We have 0.2618, add that to 5.29. We have 5.55. That's our target for LVTX. You can see some 5.5. As you just joined us, we are looking at LVTX. It's in the move. Okay, we have Are you saying you don't see that much volatility? Well, obviously haven't gained 127%. It means definitely that there is volatility there. And I mean, 131% is a huge move. Okay, our target has just been met, 5.55. So amongst other things, one of the reasons why it is where it is right now is because volatility is there, and the volatility is caused, amongst other things, the fact that people want to get involved and then they use market orders. I mean, if you want to get involved, you do everything as reasonable and allowable, which is, amongst other things, entering your order, using a market order to enter. So by the time a lot of people are doing so, that will continue to thin out the market and squeeze out those who, I mean, the prices will continue to go up, squeeze out those who want to use a predetermined price or a choice price, So volatility is absolutely in play here, By the way, thank you for watching this, for joining the live session. There is more certainly volatility in play here. That is why we are seeing this huge amount of gains. 5.7. Okay, let's see whether we can determine another target. 0.2618. Add that to the current price of 5.75. We have 6.01, our next target again. $6.01, but by the time the market is opening, everything might collapse. If you just joined us, thank you very much. We are watching LVTX. It's spiked all the way to $5.71, which is a gain of 136.42% on the news that it's going to receive about $50 million in a licensing agreement with another company. Yes, there is okay, it's cooling off from the highs of about $5.75. We had a target of 5.55 that was easily reached, and we now have a more ambitious target of 6.01. Not exactly advisable. There's every likelihood that it's going to retrace when the market opens. So let's even plot a retracement grid here for So the supports are around 4.87, 4.39, 4.4, 3.62, all the way down to where it opened. It closed yesterday on Friday, 2.36. Well, left to me, I would advise not to get involved. Is there any way? Is there any way? Are you able to trade it? It's. I mean, it has run up a huge gain. I mean, left to me, it's. If you want to get involved, I would say really have to get involved. Just wait for the market open, the regular session to open, or rather, okay. Oh, all right, okay. If you really will have to get involved, I'm not very confident that it's advisable at the moment. I'm not seeing any more move. You can see now in the last 5 minutes, it's just been moving sideways now. Even though it hasn't, it's just moving sideways, consolidating. Yes, you might say maybe it might spike up again. But if you have to get involved, left to me, I would now say not with a lot of money, just with something you can really afford to lose, and just based on the fact that it has taken out the target of 5.55, and there is definitely aggression there. There is volatility there. There's a good chance it can get to up to 6.01, but that there's absolutely no guarantee that is going to happen. And with the way things are going, we have about 40 minutes before the market opens, and when the market opens, there's also every likelihood that it's going to drop from where it is right now. The fundamentals, given this licensing agreement, it's going to receive $50 million up front. That's really good news, and $650 million in future. But right now they, okay, it's extending again. Yeah, but it's really risky. So like I said earlier on, if you can afford to lose a lot, I mean, if anything you can afford to lose, by all means get involved and see what's going to happen. But I'm just very cautious, even though it's it has consolidated for a few minutes and it's moving up again. But I'm very cautious. I'm just very cautious. Because if you get involved, there's the downside risk is a big one. Let's get the volumes again. Let's look at the order book. We have seen 5.9. Our target is 6.01. Is it going to get there? Yeah, that has been taken out. Okay, so we project again. We add 0.02618 to 618 to $6. Okay, 6.03. We have 6.29. That's the next target. Yes, if you just joined us, we are watching what's going on with LVTX, highly volatile. We had a target of 5.55 that was taken out. We had 6.01 that was reached at some point. We have another target of 6.29. We have these prices. I don't know whether these are probably open orders, I believe. So you can see what people are betting. They are, I believe these are open orders. They haven't gone through yet, I believe. So people are, yes, some are, that you can see that 6.29, 6.3 are here. I don't know if it's buy or sell, but in any case they are in place here. $4.5 million shares across the tape so far. Still hasn't fallen below its 10-minute moving average for some time now, since it spiked here when it rose above that 10-minute moving average at $5.23. It hasn't fallen below that moving average, that 10-minute moving average. So it's cooling off now. We had a very brief consolidation phase, and I was actually suspecting it was going to spike, and that was the case. Actually knocked out our target, but I'm still very, very cautious. If you, just for those who want to get involved, getting risky. We've been 2 times, we've been lucky twice. 2 targets met, 5.55, 6.01. Okay, 5.98, trying to return again, trying to rebound. If you just joined us, thank you very much. It's LVTX that we're watching. The high of the session has been $6.1. Okay, you can see that one of the most active so far. Second most active after CO, Global Cord Blood Corp. It's come back down to 5.9 now, or rather again. Let's see now whether we has fallen below that 10-minute moving average. Still okay, right on it right now, just right on it right now, right on that 10-minute moving average. Angle of attack is a steep one, quite a steep one, but it's trying to diverge from that 10-minute moving average. Okay, let's see what other charts are saying. This is the 1-minute live chart, and let's look at it. Look at the 5 minutes. You can see that it's even steeper here on this 5-minute chart, meaning that a lot of things have it's quite volatile. You know, in 5 minutes, this is what the chart was able to print: steep upward decline. Steep upward push. Okay, let's look at the 10-minute. 10-minute, it can even steeper still. Everything very steep. Angle of attack very. This tells you that there's a good chance a stall will occur. Pretty much the same as well on the 15 minutes. No, just the volume weighted average price. That is only what is in sight. All the other ones are way below. On this 15-minute chart, the 10-minute moving average is on $3.93. Let's look at the 30-minute chart. Look at that, infinitely. This is just an upward. This is a almost 90 degree incline. Let's look at the 60 minutes, same as well. Okay, let's return to the 1 minute. Okay, it has now fallen below that 10-minute moving average. It's just the beginning of the decline. Okay, let's do this 0.2618. Add that to 85.84. We have 6.1. Okay, that's a target. That's a target that was actually it reached that price at some point. So we have 6.1 from current level. There's no guarantee that it has actually happened, but there's no guarantee that's going to happen again. It has also broken above that 10-minute moving average again, trying to extend again. We just saw, anyway, we have, the has actually printed 6.1 already, so yes, if you like what we're doing, you can also give it a thumbs up. I want to believe, okay, let's find out what a short interest is. So if there's short interest there, then the news of the agreement will definitely force the short sellers to maybe run to the hills, or run for cover. LVTX. We need more likes, please. Thumbs up if you can. Okay, short interest is absolutely non-existent, but some people always don't disregard this off-exchange figure, which is 18.21%. Okay, so but the mainstream one is 0.03, so it doesn't have to be short interest, Okay, let's see where it is on the chart again. I think it has now fallen slightly below its 20-minute moving average. Yes, it has. Gain is now 141.25%. Just join us, thank you very much. LVTX is so far the biggest gainer in this pre-market, the biggest mover in this pre-market session. We had a target of 5.55 that was knocked out. We had 6.01, it reached as high as 6.1, but has retraced all the way down to where it is now, 5.87. But we think it can still rebound to that 6.1, but do not bank on that. We all know very well what happens with stocks in the pre-market session. When the market opens, the folks who have access at the moment may want to take their money out, but if it spikes further, wonderful, that's really good. And left to us, we will say, if you want to get involved, we use money that you can always afford to lose. It's just still pretty much a penny stock. So it's it just printed $6 again. $5.813 million shares and counting. Let's quickly have a look at the other stock that has had more volumes than it. Global Cord. Let's see what's behind this. See, only there's some anomaly there. Okay, let's ignore that. LVTX is okay. It's at 5.93 now. 5.849. $5.884. We need more thumbs up if you can. Leave it for us and let's see. Let's get more of them going. Market is opening in about 8 minutes. Okay, we have I believe these are open orders. You can see as high as 6.17. but those who are getting through using the market orders, I think. But things have balanced out a bit. Dropping, I believe. It's retracing now. See, these prices are all the same, implying that or rather implying that possibly market orders were used. If you just joined us, thank you very much. The market is opening in about 11 minutes and LVTX has gained 139%. At some point it reached $6.1. Our initial target was 5.55. It took it out. 6.01 took it out. But based on what it has done so far, we think it can still get up to even 6.29, but there's no guarantee that's going to happen. We have seen orders go, we have seen open orders at such levels, but don't bank on that at all. There's a risk that when the market opens, it may not continue to extend. So it's getting support from its 50-minute moving average. So it's cooling off now at 5.66, 5.67. The news is that Lever Therapeutics more than doubles after giving cancer drug license to Seagen, and Seagen will pay it an upfront of $50 million and up to $650 million in future. Let's look at the chart and see. Okay, still getting support from its 50-minute moving average. Right on the support we have 5.64. Okay, it's not that support is nearby, but it's currently trading at 5.69. Okay, you can see our momentum is totally spent right now. RSI is equally waning as well. Sellers are gradually taking hold of proceedings concerning the stock. Much of what is going through right now are sell transactions, going by what the RSI is saying. Let's have a look again and see. RSI is still weak as well, but stabilizing, but still in the territory of sellers. Momentum is trying to improve, but also indicating that the stock is definitely oversold. Okay, it was oversold, but it's just slightly trying to improve, but it's not as good as it was before. Quite poor now, momentum. 6.334 million shares have crossed the tape so far and counting. We need more likes. Okay, let's see what the 5-minute chart is saying. The market is opening in about 5 minutes. Okay, that the price has now fallen below its 10 period moving average on this 5-minute chart. Let's look at the 10 minutes as well. Okay, still above all of those moving averages, including volume weighted average price on this 10-minute chart. Let's look at the 15 minutes. 15 minutes, same thing as well. Still above, but sloping downwards or trying to correct. Okay, same as well on the 30 minutes. That's an indication that it hasn't been long. This retracement started to occur. 60 minutes as well, same thing, still indicating that the stock is still strongly bullish, hasn't printed any decline yet. Okay, still holding it up at our support of 5.64. LVTX on the move has gained 135.83%. We have 3 minutes before the market opens. Let's see where it is right now. Earlier on, it was the second most active in this pre-market session. Let's see when this refreshes, we'll find out where it is. Okay, FVTX is still second. $5.64 is our support. Our Fibonacci projected support, so that's where it is right now. Okay, it's actually above it now. 5.67. RSI is okay, has leveled out, but it's still indicating that sellers are still in control. The market is in their spectrum. Our momentum is trying to improve, just above oversold, but it has dipped back into it now. I think we have a breakdown now going through, broken through that projected support of 5.64 at the moment. $6.478 million shares have crossed the tape. I think the majority of what is going through now are sell or short transactions. Is it even optionable? Let's see whether LVTX is optionable. Not optionable, so $5.58. I think some selling is going through now. That's what we are looking at right now. Okay, we have a minute and some seconds before the market opens. Based on what we all know already, there's a good chance it may retrace further when the market opens. Sellers are currently in control. Momentum is flat on this 1-minute live session. The price is on the spectrum of the sellers, and the stock is currently oversold based on what the 1-minute live chart is indicating. The good thing is, the implication of being oversold is that it will, there might be a spike, but what sort of spike would that be? Is it going to drive it above resistances that it has printed already, or what? So we have a few seconds now before the market opens. LVTX, it has cooled off from the highs of $6.1. counting down to the open. LVTX. Okay, the market has opened. Let's see, are we going to see a drop off? Okay, it's holding up at the moment. Okay, it's dropping. $5.46, 5.5. Short sellers and sellers alike making the most of it. So it has now dropped below its volume weighted average price. $128.92%. Momentum is trying to improve. RSI is still indicating that weakness is still very much there. LVTX is declining after the gains of this pre-market session. Getting resistance from its 10-minute moving average. The decline is highly likely. The market's opened. Let's see. S&P is okay. We can always get an S&P here. We have it here. Okay, it's up 0.09%. Nasdaq up 0.68%. Dow down 0.16%. Okay, Friday futures, 16.5 million shares have crossed the tape. Let's have a look. FFIE. FFIE is extending, spiking bullishly. What's the news? Friday futures reaches agreement with shareholder chairperson Swenson to step down. Okay, participants are probably applauding that. Shares of electric vehicle startup Friday Future Intelligent Electric jump 26.4% to $0.9497 pre-market. Company said it had reached an agreement with its largest shareholder to resolve a governance dispute, adding Susan Swanson will step down from her role as executive chairperson. Adds it has raised funding of $100 million to start production for the FF91 electric luxury car. As of last close, the stock was down at 5.6%. This will definitely impress market participants. Okay, thank you all very much for joining this live session.